It was just another rainy evening in the city. Cars rushed by, horns echoed through the mist, and the smell of wet earth filled the air. Arjun tightened his jacket and tried to cross the road before the light turned red. He was in a hurry, not realizing how a single moment could change his life forever. A loud sound, brakes screeching, and then silence. A car had stopped just inches away from him. Behind the wheel sat a young woman, eyes wide with shock, hands trembling on the steering wheel. He froze. She got out immediately, her voice shaking. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?" He looked at her, soaked, panicked, yet strangely gentle. "I'm fine," he said softly. "Guess the rain saved me." They both laughed awkwardly, the tension breaking for a moment. She offered him a ride, still feeling guilty. He refused at first, but as the rain poured harder, he finally agreed. Inside the car, silence filled the air again. He noticed a small photo of a little girl on her dashboard. "Your daughter?" he asked. She smiled faintly. "My sister's. I take care of her since we lost her parents." There was a pause. His heart softened. "You're strong," he said. She looked at him, surprised by the kindness in his tone. "You don't even know me." "Sometimes," he said quietly, "you don't need to know someone to feel they're hurting." The rain kept falling. By the time they reached his stop, something had shifted between them, a small connection, fragile but real. Days turned into weeks. They started meeting again, at first by chance, then by choice. Coffee after work, late-night talks, small smiles that grew into something deeper. He learned her name, Ria. She worked at a children's art center, teaching painting. He was a freelance writer, still struggling to find success. They were both broken in their own ways, but together, they began to heal. One evening, she asked him to help her write a short story for her students. They sat under a park tree, laughing as the wind played with her hair. He watched her smile, the kind of smile that makes you forget every bad day you've ever had. Over time, their friendship turned into something quieter but stronger. He'd bring her coffee every morning. She'd leave small notes on his desk. "Don't give up today, you're doing great." But fate, as always, wasn't done testing them. One day, Ria stopped coming to the art center. Her phone was off. Her house was locked. He searched everywhere, heart pounding, until he finally found out. Her sister's daughter had fallen seriously ill. Ria had rushed to another city for treatment, leaving everything behind. Months passed. He kept sending messages she never answered. He poured his feelings into stories he wrote but never published. Then one spring morning, as he sat in a cafe writing, he heard a familiar laugh, soft, like the sound of memory returning. He turned, and there she was. Ria stood near the door, the same warmth in her eyes, a tired but happy smile. "I knew I'd find you here," she said. He couldn't speak for a moment. "How's your niece?" he finally asked. "She's better now," she said. "I wanted to thank you for not giving up on me." He smiled. "I tried to move on, but every story I wrote somehow ended with you." They both laughed quietly. Then she sat across from him, just like old times. There was no confession, no dramatic moment, just silence that felt safe, familiar, whole. Sometimes love doesn't need big promises. It grows in small moments, a ride in the rain, a shared coffee, a note left on a desk. Months later, he published his first book. The dedication read, "To the woman who almost ran me over, and instead ran into my life." Ria read it, tears glistening in her eyes. She looked up at him and whispered, "So, was it fate?" He smiled. "Maybe. Or maybe love just needed a little accident to begin." The camera would fade out as they walked side by side down the same rainy street where they first met, the city lights glowing softly behind them, the sound of rain mixing with laughter, and the quiet heartbeat of love that started by chance, but stayed by choice.